another week of Live with Rye Friends on Broadway. How are you? Woo! Turn this down, then on pause. Jared, I love the new lights up here. They are really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Welcome, everyone. I'm Rye Myers. This is Live with Rye Friends on Broadway, the only free Broadway talk show. Hello to all of my friends at home watching. What an exciting, exciting night we have for you all today. But first and foremost, as always, welcome to everyone who's brand new. To those of you who are returning, thank you. It's a great show. It's audience appreciation. And remember, you come on in and take a picture in front of that new sign out there that I have made. Say hello, tag it, and tag me on social media. I finally have a sign, so it's very fun, and it's really cool, and it's got me on it, so make sure you take a picture of it. Listen, for those of you who enjoy drinking like I do, if you're looking for a good cocktail, definitely try the Rye cocktail. It is Crown Royale, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and Sprite, and it's only $13, which is awesome. And let's give a big round of applause for tonight's sponsor, The Play That Goes Wrong, an off-Broadway play That Goes Wrong. Yes, they have generously given 2 pairs of tickets for upcoming performances. During trivia time, I'll be giving them away, so if you get the questions right, basically, if you get them right, you'll get the form, you fill it out, and you get 2 tickets to a future show. And I have to read this, of course, The Play That Goes Wrong, for those who don't know. The time is right to see The Play That Goes Wrong, Broadway's funniest smash hit. This Olivier Award-winning comedy is a hilarious hybrid of Monty Python and Sherlock Holmes. Welcome to opening night of The Murder at Havisham Manor, where should I be reading this in a British accent, I feel, where things are quickly going from bad to utterly disastrous. With an unconscious leading lady and a corpse that can't play dead, and actors who trip over everything, including their lines, it is a rigorous explosion of comedy, says the Daily Beast, and tons of fun for all ages, from Huffington Post. And Ben Brantley of the New York Times calls The Play That Goes Wrong a gut-busting hit. And Cindy Adams of the New York Post has just one word for you: go. And that's good, because Cindy Adams is rough. It would be wrong to wait. This was good. I saw it on Broadway. Anyone see when it was on Broadway? Woo! Yeah, it was great. It's so funny, and it's so great that it's returned off Broadway. So I'm so happy for that. And now let's get into some news. As always, every week, I do some Broadway news, talk about what's happening in the industry and everything in between. It's, once again, been another incredible week. Things are coming back. Oh, on the topic of things coming back, for those of you watching and those of you who come every week, what'd you say, Jared? Is it March 9th?
March 7th.
March 7th. Restrictions are lifting, and you can come here. There's no more mask or vaccine requirement. Really? Very exciting, right? Yeah, so that's very exciting. Things are finally getting back to normal. We are getting out of the COVID.
As long as there's no huge spike, then they're going to go right back to it.
Well, right, exactly. As long as there's no huge spike, things are gearing back to normal. Thank you, Lord. So anyway, to get on some theater news.
Let's do it right before St. Patrick's Day. Great
idea. Exactly. So this is exciting. First time in a while, the Court Theater, which is currently under renovation, is being renamed after legendary actor James Earl Jones. He has done 21 Broadway shows. And as I said, currently it's under renovation, and it's going to be including a new atrium as well. It's going to be about 5 stories and a 5-story annex. But this is really exciting because I believe James Earl Jones made his Broadway debut at that theater, and now they're going to be honoring it to him when it opens in the spring. So the Court Theater will now be the James Earl Jones Theater. Pretty cool. And of course, everyone's favorite Broadway actor, Harvey Fierstein, has wrote a memoir, and it came out on Tuesday. It's called I Was Better Last Night, and I'm really excited to read this. I actually got a copy on Barnes & Noble. You know, they have one of the pre-signed copies, so I can't wait to get that. It's talking about his career, so if you love Broadway, and you love Harvey Fierstein, you've seen him in Hairspray and everything in between, pick up a copy of his book. I won't say anything more, but perhaps we may even get some copies in the future, who knows, or maybe even get Harvey on this show. But I'm going to leave it at that because I can't say too much more. But I cannot wait. As I'm sure everyone has heard of Harvey Fierstein, right? Everyone knows Harvey Fierstein? Yeah, he's great. Did anyone see Hairspray here with him? Did you see Hairspray? No? What did he do recently? Oh, anyone see Torch Song? Because he wrote, no. Well, he's writing the book. He's writing the book for Funny Girl. So rewriting some of that. So he'll be doing that and coming back to Broadway. And a new show is opening. This one came literally out of the blue. No one knew it was coming, and it's opening at the Schubert Theater. It's called POTUS, or Behind Every Great Dumbass Are 7 Women Trying to Keep Him Alive. Boy, is that a mouthful. And it's starting on the 14th of April at the Schubert Theater. And it is starring Rachel Dratch from Saturday Night Live, Leah Delaria, who we know hilariously as Big Boo from Orange is the New Black, Lily Cooper, Julianne Hough, and Vanessa Williams. And of course, Susan Stroman is directing this, so it's sure to be wonderful. And with that, I'm very excited to welcome my special guest today. As I said, this is Audience Appreciation Day, and this guy has been coming to the show for a while. He's been such a great guest and a great supporter, and also just a wonderful person. And I'm so excited to talk with him. I think you're going to learn so much about him. So please help me welcome my very special guest, Alexander Aurelius.
Woo!
Hey! Woo! Hey, Alexander.
How's it going?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing pretty slow. Can't complain.
Did I say the last name right?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Great.
fabulous. Fabulous. So, how's everything?
Pretty great so far. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, thank you for being such a fan and for your support week after week. It means the world.
Of course. Can't wait to see what you do.
I'm very excited to have you. As I ask everyone, because I always love to start from the beginning, how did you get started into performing and writing and getting into music? Was it something you were always into, or did you come into it later in life?
I mean, I always loved Michael Jackson, but
Yes.
in 5th grade, my mom signed me up for piano classes.
Is your mom here tonight?
Yes, she is.
Oh,
Right
hello.
You know, that definitely helped me out. And then in 7th grade, I joined chorus with a couple of friends, kind of as a joke.
Wow.
I actually ended up really loving it and stayed until the end of my high school.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love my teacher too.
Mhm. So Michael Jackson was a big inspiration.
Yes.
Have you seen the new MJ musical yet?
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
Oh, you've got to get to it.
Have you been to it?
I have twice. I was just there again this week. It was absolutely incredible. And you have to see it. I was a big fan of his as well.
Of
So
course.
that's wonderful. What was, when you were in choir, was there sort of difference? Did you sort of take on all different songs from, musical theater, or did they do specific
Yes.
types of songs?
Yes, we did Newsies, so that was like,
Oh, yeah.
we actually did watch Newsies way back, and that was lovely to see.
Right.
And it was just great also knowing the words and the choruses,
Mhm.
the dances were awesome, just the whole buildup of how they did everything, but
Yeah.
we did Hairspray at my school actually, so I
Oh,
never
amazing.
saw
Okay.
the original version, but
Right. That's okay.
yeah,
Were you in it? Were you in Hairspray at
No,
your school?
no.
Okay.
too busy playing sports. You know.
What kind of sports did you get involved with?
All of them. I'm a lifeguard, so
Oh,
I
amazing.
love swimming, basketball, soccer, football, just the American classics.
All of it. I love it. And did you, after you finished high school, did you pursue any more singing after that, or
No.
performing after that?
Sadly not. I really just got into writing more after high school. Like once senior year hit, that's when I started writing a lot.
Okay. Was there something particular that inspired you to write, or was it just you had all sort of this music and words inside of you that you wanted to get out on paper?
I would say that, I have everybody has a lot to say on the
course.
inside of them, but that, and also me and my friends used to just freestyle, so that was really fun and I love doing it, so
Amazing.
yeah.
And what is your favorite type of music to listen to or consume?
Hip hop, pop,
Mhm.
classic, not classical, but like
Right,
classic,
of course, yes.
Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, all that.
Mhm.
I can't even say I have a favorite necessarily. Just all when music really touches your soul.
I
You
do,
just know.
yes,
You just
yes,
know. So
yes.
if you put on a random song that I don't know, but someone's playing the keys right or the guitar is stringing the right way, then that's I just love that feeling. And you could replay it over and over and over again. Just like finding beats for music. The beat that you want is, you won't even have to say anything, you just feel it. You know that you have to write to that beat.
And is that sort of how the music comes to you at times too, and finding that,
Definitely.
you have the music that you've written and then finding that beat that's how it comes to you?
Definitely. Don't have to say anything, it's just you feel it and all right, this is, other people might have access to it, but this is meant for me
Yeah.
in this moment of time, and I know I have something to say on it.
Right. That's amazing. What was the first song that you wrote, or what was it that you wrote about? Was it inspired, by hip hop and classic and stuff, or?
Definitely. It was probably a piece some trash, and if I looked at it, I'd cringe today if I saw it. But I probably just grabbed a piece of paper. I remember actually the first time I wrote, I was in English class, and I was just really bored.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like over a beat or anything, but I was just writing, you know, I was just rhyming words, and I just found that always fun. Like just take a word and rhyme it with another one, and then see if that can make sense and connect that. So that was just, you know, I love it. I love doing music. I love writing it, making it, producing sometimes. But
Now, do you play instruments as well?
I play the piano sometimes.
Okay.
You know, not too much. I try to take a couple minutes out of the day to try and play, but I
Did you
haven't
self teach, or you had lessons, or?
lessons
Lessons, yes.
back then, but now I try to self-teach. I'll go on YouTube and just look up a song I like No One by Alicia Keys or 7 Years by Lucas Graham. I've been trying to learn those, but it's piece by piece, and repetition is key, whereas like one day you won't be able to play the note right. I'm not like Miles, like not even anywhere close. But you know.
He's such a gem, yes.
He is.
But it's still, you're still better than me. I wished I had continued to play piano after I went up until middle school, and then after middle school I stopped it. So I mean, you're probably much better than I am.
Do
So.
you have any instruments you want to play?
Well, piano for me, I would say is one of the ones that not that I know very well. Hello, welcome.
Hey man, remember me?
Yes, I do. How are you? Great to see you again. I would say the piano is one that, not that I'm more comfortable with, but I would go on YouTube, and I used to have a keyboard at my dad's, and so I would go on YouTube and try to play the whole, like, how do you play this song?
Yes, exactly.
And my issue is I would play it, and I'd sit there for like 3 hours, and then I could never remember it afterwards. It was like I'd sit there for 3 hours and try to play it, and then go back to it. But I wished I had continued it because it is such a beautiful instrument, and I admire anyone that can play in any aspect of it, whether it's by ear or whether it's just from learning. It's incredible. Now, to your mother, did you play piano at all or any instruments?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. I wasn't sure if you keep.
She's introverted, so I got my grandma's view on that.
I wasn't sure if you had if family had played instruments at all.
Yeah, no. Rarely. My brother plays also,
Yeah.
but also the piano is just like, it's meditating. So
Mhm.
like, if you just relax on the keys and
Yes.
not really think about it, like that's another big aspect of music in general. Like, you just feel relaxed after you play it, or
Now-
while you're playing it.
Now, with the music that you write, you talked about you also produced it too. How did you get into producing music? Was that something that self-taught, or did you learn from friends? Because I mean, for somebody who is like, for me, while I know music, I don't know the industry that well, and I feel like to produce music, that's got to be really tough to do.
It
Is that
is.
something that you learned on your own, or what was that like?
Sort of. YouTube again, just like self-teaching, but also producing is pretty, I want to say difficult.
Mhm.
It's just like if it clicks with you, it clicks with you. Just like, talking does with you, or interviewing does with you, or writing does with me. It's like, you know what you want to do, and in that sense, then producing is just one of those things where you have to really be drawn towards it. Like, I really don't go out of my way to produce, but I think like, wow, it's pretty cool to do it, because first off, you have an advantage over people who don't.
Of course.
And like Kanye says, he gets his beat first. So have you seen that documentary?
Which one?
I think it's Genius.
Oh no, I haven't. Is it about Kanye?
It is.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, but he's dropped a couple of gems in it so far. So.
But is it Netflix or?
Netflix.
No, I didn't. I mean, he is a genius. I mean,
Yeah.
people have said that he's a genius. He's I find him to be an interesting character.
Yes,
but I'm learning that he's a very, very, that he's a genius. That what he is doing deep down is genius. I mean, I'm learning more about him as it goes along, for sure.
Definitely a marketing genius too.
It is. Well, yeah, you have to be with everything that he's done. Is, I mean, and also, as I say, he was married to the queen of marketing herself.
Yeah,
The Kardashians are queen of marketing. Now, with producing, you can also help others as well. I don't know if maybe you've had friends or people that in the industry who come to you and said, "Hey, can you help me produce my album?" Or have you sort of been helping others with that, or showing
Not so much
just more
producing,
of your
but writing. People have definitely come to me for writing. And
nice.
I'm not at the stage yet where it's like I want to, give out my rhymes yet, but I would love to.
Yeah.
I definitely plan to as well, but if they're not as serious about it, or if they just want to go and goof around, it's like I could be doing better things with my time, and
Well, true.
I would rather just keep them to myself for now.
Yeah.
But if you're serious, please, it'll be like a Christmas present, like or as much to me as I would feel to them.
Of course.
If they don't like it, they don't like it. If they do, that's great. I hope it just clicks for them.
Well, you could also look at it as a business opportunity too. You could also, you can leverage that skill, and people who need it and help you. I mean, it's a good skill to have. Now, we've talked about all the music you've made, and you've put a lot of them up on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. What made you decide to release your music on these platforms? And I know you just released some new songs, one that we're going to be hearing today.
Yes.
Was the process to release that hard, or on Spotify, or?
Not really. It was more of just for convenience sake, because if you do it on SoundCloud, you don't really get paid for it.
Okay.
I want to get the distribution if I'm going to the studio, paying
Right.
the money, paying for the beat. If I'm going to be investing all this money, I might as well have some comeback. And
Of course.
all it's, peanuts right now.
Yeah.
It's like hopefully later, 10 years down the line, that will be the reason that owning my own music has also been a big thing. So
That's huge.
And you can do it on pretty much anything. I use DistroKid, which will automatically upload it to everything, and then it just does everything for you. Wait a couple days, make sure it's obviously of sound quality, and something that you could play back on, all that stuff. But just the whole distribution of everything, it should have been super easy to say.
Anyone here musicians or play into music at all?
I tried to be. I mean, I really wanted to rap for a while, but
It's your freestyle.
oh shit.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No, I'm not asking. I'm just
I'm
curious.
here with my friend KC. I came to get a beer and drink, not Hennessy, but an IPA. I'm not from the streets. I'm from the
Very
suburbs,
good.
and I drive a car that goes.
See, I like this. This is great. For those of you who are just joining us, this is Audience Appreciation Night here at Live with Rye Friends on Broadway. So remind me your name again.
I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy, that was great. It's Jeremy, a round of applause. Listen, better than I would have done. So that's really awesome.
Sometimes you get one good.
And I know you do dueling pianos as well, right?
I do.
Remind me your name.
Caitlin.
Now, have you done, we were talking about recording and stuff. Have you recorded anything on your own, or have any experience with, Spotify or releasing music of that type?
Not releasing music, I definitely have recorded things in the past. I feel like I went so headstrong into the working musician part that all that took a back seat, and it's something that I've been hoping to do more of, especially with the pandemic when everything shut down. I was like, I feel like I have got to explore this side of recording and making and releasing music. So something I'm very interested in
doing for sure.
Yeah.
Is there any? With releasing it, because Alex has done it. Do you have any questions about releasing it and doing it on sort of on a platform such as a Spotify or a Apple Music, or anything that's been holding you back?
I guess what is your usual process starting from conception to release? Do you have a algorithm that you go through to get from point A to point B?
Do you mean writing?
Just all of it.
I would definitely say, because I get my beats from YouTube and friends sometimes, but I would just say find the beat that suits you. You will know when the beat is meant for you. You'll just feel it in your bones, down to everything, and the words will just come right out of you. And the concept, same thing. You might have to replay it a couple times, but you'll find it. You'll think this is perfect for this situation.
That's awesome. Thank you for answering that. Thank you. As I said, it's Audience Appreciation Night, so I love interacting with all of you, and I hope that helps you. I can't wait to hear your music. You're so talented when you're here doing pianos.
She's really good.
It's insane how we were talking about pianos earlier. It's insane how talented
nowhere
you
near
guys
you.
are. Yeah, everyone that does dueling pianos here. I don't know how you all do it, so it's incredible. So as I mentioned earlier, you've been a huge fan of the show. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for it. It means the world to me. Every week he's here, and it comes out, and even in the cold, and I so appreciate it more than you know. So I want to ask, who has been one of your favorite guests that I've had, and what is there something particular that you've learned that you in the time that you've been coming that you found really either profound, or you thought, oh, that was interesting, or that you left with?
I'm blanking on the name at the moment.
It's okay. It's not.
They dropped the gem at the end where they're like, "No one can be you." They were obviously a Broadway singer.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
That's all right. Female?
Yes, female.
Oh, maybe was it Hannah Cruz?
Yes.
Hannah Cruz from
yes.
Hamilton?
Yes. She said, "Nobody can be you," and I was like, "Wow."
That's good, right?
Sometimes you need that because you think there could be another Rye out there, but there never could be. And
No.
just also breaks down some genetics and stuff like that. There was literally no one that's been in your spot at that time in this exact time at the same time as you.
Well, and that's true, and it's a good thing to remember as well, that no one can be you when you get into your own head, because I'm sure we all do that. I mean, I do that, and so, when those moments come about, to say, just to remember that, no one can be you, I'm so glad that you remembered that. Well, shout out to Hannah Cruz, who, again, in a few weeks, she'll be in Suffs down at the Public Theater, so make sure you get your tickets for that. And now I'm curious, because you also are a fan of Mass and Musicals, you also come out to that as well. So I want to know the origin. How did you come across Bar 9 and Mass and Musicals and Theater Thursdays here at Bar 9?
Well, I was looking for a place to, kind of practice getting up on stage, and I saw the theater karaoke, and I was like, that sounds really interesting. And my
yeah.
I don't even know. I don't go to Broadway shows a lot, so I have a short stack of songs that I know, so that's why I usually go up there and do Disney songs.
Well, you're very good at it, really.
Thank you. I did A Whole New World by Aladdin. It's just again, I was back from my chorus class, we did that, and it was really fitting, Aladdin's part, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I did the one from Tangled.
Oh,
I See the Light, and just I really don't. I know the Disney songs. Miles usually slays it, or Caitlin, always slays it too. I didn't know how to get on that level of piano.
Yeah, that's very talented. So you just found it, you just had come across it, and that's how you found us.
My friend and I. Well, my friend's a comedian, so he was looking for a spot. He knew a couple spots around here, so we were already out on the night, out in the town. So.
Yeah, and for those of you watching or out there, you are somebody that enjoys performing. Come on out to Mass and Musicals. They used to be right after me, and we had a little bit of a schedule change, so now they're Tuesdays from 8:30 to midnight, and it's a very supportive environment. And if you have a song that you want to try out, or you're a singer, or you just want to get up and have some fun, come on out, and it's free. Miles, who's here every week, is the accompanist. The only thing we do ask, and I ask especially because I adore everyone there, is that you do tip and leave them a little something in the meantime. But if you like to sing, definitely do it. And on that same topic, for those of you out there tonight and watching, if you are getting value out of this, are finding magic in the show, do me a favor. For those of you watching, you'll see my Venmo handle scrolling across the bottom of the screen, or in the link, you'll see the donation link as well. And for those out there, I have my Venmo QR codes, or you can just go on rydthenewsguy.com and donate and keep this show running and continuing. If you are so inclined, I appreciate the support, and if you want to throw that magic back, I much appreciate it. So, do you have a favorite Broadway show? And if so, what is it? And it doesn't necessarily have to be one you've seen, it can be one that you enjoy.
Newsies was definitely spectacular. That was one that really stuck out to me, especially the kid with the crutches. If you've ever seen that,
Crutchy.
I don't know how. Crutchy, a great name. It was just how could you dance, sing, and act, perform like that all at the same time? That was just incredible to me, especially just being a kid and watching all that.
Yeah.
And the storyline.
Did you get to see it, the show? You got to see it on Broadway?
Yes.
Oh, that's
It
special.
was way back though, probably.
Did you see with the original cast?
Maybe. I don't
Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm going to get all
touch
theater
up on my
geeky.
Broadway novels.
Yeah, I'm going to get all theater geeky. Like Jeremy Jordan probably, and Andrew Keenan-Bolger, who played Crutchies. Oh, cool. That was a good show. I saw that as well.
Amazing. Amazing show.
The dancing is out of this world.
Yeah, and it was just he was doing backflips on. I just remember just as a kid watching someone do that on crutches. It was just all right, pretty much anything is possible.
Isn't that amazing? Anything is possible. And though when they go in the newspapers and they start dancing on, I thought they were going to fall on their face when they were. They took the newspapers and they were dancing on them. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't remember that sport specifically. Yeah. It had to be a decade ago.
No, but and so Newsies, you say, is probably one of your favorites.
Yes.
That's amazing. And have you gotten to see anything since COVID has, since everything is reopened and post lockdown, as things have started to reopen and live theater has come back? Have you seen anything recently?
No, but I've been recommended Wicked and MJ.
Oh,
MJ.
Definitely yes. I would yes. It's Wicked is both I would say are Wicked definitely see first. Not that one is. I mean, MJ is incredible, but yeah, Wicked. I say if you haven't seen a Broadway show or you're new to Broadway world, Wicked is a must. I mean, that's you definitely do that. And they also Wicked has the lottery, so it's a $49 digital lottery that you can enter, and it's usually I think the day before the show, and I think the tickets are between $49 and $50, and they're always in the orchestra. And if you win, they usually tell you the day before. for that next day.
Yeah.
And if you win, you get the tickets, and usually they're in the orchestra or something. So now we're gonna listen to your song shortly. This new one you wrote. Is this off of an album, or is it just a single as it is?
Just a single.
And where did the inspiration come for it? For Pressure?
Pressure. It was because I was in Los Angeles, and I was in a hotel, and one of my friends, shout out to Wilcom, he set me up with a studio, Green Tea Studios, and it might have been my last day there, and so my second to last day there. So he hooked me up with the engineer, all that stuff, and I called it Pressure because I only had so much time to write, so much time to record. Before, you send it over here, send it back there, now this guy has one thing, this guy has another thing, and that could just cause a whole thing. And shout out to my man Harry also. He's the engineer on that.
Wow.
So he helped me out with that. Blessed that, Will let me know about that situation, and blessed that Harry was so cool about it, just fitting me into his schedule. So Pressure came right about that, just sitting in the hotel.
So you got to work with a studio in that sense, with an engineer and stuff that helped you with that.
Yes, I usually do that.
Okay. Oh, so it was nothing that was new to you. You usually do that.
Well, then, but I used to record in like my mom's car and stuff like that. So just starting out, but that never works well.
Right.
Especially doing everything on your own. Like you've heard of the whole one-man army, but
yeah,
how far can you get?
That's what you got to be sometimes today. You got to be your own one-man band or your one-man army. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And so while it was Pressure, did you find that working in that situation it probably did feel a little bit better because it's probably much more professional than being able to have like an engineer and all these people working on it? That must have been pretty cool, right?
It was definitely cool. It was definitely cool. We had a couple people coming out.
Wow.
So I used to having people around me just listening to the song.
Yeah.
I had to do it a million times.
Is that true? Usually with these songs, you have to do them over and over again to get it perfect. Because I have seen that in some of you watch some of these artists and they do. You'll see the behind the scenes of their songs and they're doing it over and over again. Is that true? You do have to sometimes.
Because sometimes you just don't like the way you said a word or you said something. But then again, it was just like that usually happens. Like my friend was telling me, sometimes you do something and it's like you say something and it's like, wow, I didn't even notice that. But
right.
You did because you've heard it 100 times, you've played it over in your head 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So, wow.
That's crazy. Well, I think let's play Pressure. I'm very excited. It should be up and running. I believe so. But this is called Pressure, and I'm very excited to hear it. And this is written by Alex all by himself. This is really incredible. So let's play it.
Woo!
What would you say if you had a couple hours that could change your life? Yeah. Fuck the stage and mics, no more delay in life. Well, it seems that my dreams better pay the price with the maze and sights. As I'm staring at this empty piece of page that I'm about to take myself away where the waves combine. To these people scream my name on the way to find where I can become great but embrace the climb. Maybe it's better you're hearing me under pressure. What I know about diamonds is time in the cellar. Only see me picking signs from the mind of whoever is giving me all the lines to go guide through whatever you've been through. Now I know it ain't so simple, but you can see your worst day as the one to begin. Focus on what you can do. Living in the songs, how I'm out living in. Tell my text my girl. Sweet. Might hit my baby tonight, but she know the way I work. First stadium light, so I can Gucci down her purse, and we made it in light. We'll be drifting in a vert, but she's making the sights. Now I'm glad that she's here. Every king need a queen. As a matter of fact, she's more a fling on the scene. And it seems the more I talk, the less she single to be. Didn't see the way I charged, get us into the keys. Maybe it's better you're hearing me under pressure. What I know about diamonds is time in the cellar. Only see me picking sides from the mind of whoever is giving me all the lines to go guide through whatever you've been through. Now I know it ain't so simple, but you can see your worst day as the ones you begin. Focus on what you can do. Living in the songs, how I'm out living in. What's more crazy than that? I was listening to L, Big Shady Distract. What the fuck's going on? Now my name's on the track, and there's hella more goals. I'm just placing the facts. Engraving my task until I'm making it back. Can catch me chasing a plaque to hit the case for a pad. That's just the place of my dad who set me straight when I had my mom's on the hills. Guess she prayed for a rap. Maybe it's better you're hearing me under pressure. What I know about diamonds is time in the cellar. Only see me picking sides from the mind of whoever is giving me all the lines to go guide through whatever you've been through. Now I know it ain't so simple, but you can see your worst day as the one to begin. Focus on what you can do. Living in the songs, how I'm out living in.
Nice, dude.
Wow. Oh my gosh, get another round of applause for Alexander. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is, oh my gosh, that's really, really good.
Thank you.
That is incredible. And I love the picture on the single. Did you take that yourself?
I did.
Wow, did that represent something in particular, or did you just like how it
I
looked?
just didn't have any photos to upload, so just took a cool picture of the moon.
I love that, and I mean that was just so great. Now,
Thank you.
are you working on music videos for these songs?
I am, but it's also a struggle to find someone like a videographer for that. But that song actually that's the only song I have with a music video,
Really?
and it was shot by the same comedian
Yeah.
friend who we came here one night. And shout out to him, One Happy Plum. Shout out Brian.
Does he? Well, how about would he help you with the others?
Yes, yeah, he definitely would.
Okay.
He's super down. Yeah.
Yeah. And the music video that you guys did shoot, where did that take place?
At Jones Beach, actually.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Was that the one of you on the? I did see the video on your Instagram of you on a beach.
Yes.
Was that?
Yes,
Jones?
yeah,
Okay.
that was a blooper.
Yeah, that was a
because he was
blooper,
making me
right.
laugh.
That's so cool. Wow. And I mean, so professional sounding, which I heard it, but that's incredible.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. And so I always want to know this because, well, first off, I have to say, you're one of the only few people that have sung their original music on here. We mostly every week it's, which is great. It's but not many people sing original music, and I don't expect everyone to, but it's always nice to hear an original song. And so that's incredible. With working on singles, is there, is the hope to make all of these into an album or an EP? I always wonder sort of what's the difference is, or is singles sort of just the way that you are going?
I kind of just go by the singles just because I really don't know how albums work. And I don't even know if it'll be worth my time. I've the amount of people in this room listening to me. So it's like, I doubt having a whole album, they're going to really want to go through the whole thing.
Believe in yourself. You never, you don't say that. You've got as I said, you've got a lot of, you have so much potential, and
Thank you.
it's only going to grow. And music today, especially hip hop, and that song itself is going to take off. So really, you got.
Thank you for believing in me.
Of course. Well, it's. I wish I could. Everybody has their own talents, but I wish I could be as talented as that to be able to do that. That's just absolutely incredible. And I know also too, you have a single called Paper Planes, which as well.
Yes.
And where did that idea come from?
I was just saying in my room one night, and I just started writing. I really love the beat. It had so much energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, once you find the right thing for you, you just know. Again, not everything is gonna match your energy per se, but what I was feeling in that moment was just, I felt like I could rule the world, so I want to write about it and be a paper plane, I guess. And that doesn't make sense.
No, it totally makes sense. I think that's incredible. And what have you learned about yourself in what you've written?
It's not what I learned about myself, but how I could feel one way, and then the person across the street has that exact same thoughts. Like, not exactly the exact same, but they feel that same emotion. That it's like, wow, like we connect on this random level just because I was in my room and I felt like a certain way. And I was like, I really don't like this, whatever's going on, and that person feels the exact same way. So it's like, I guess I learned more about myself through other people and like how people could like one song, and it's like, wow, like I wrote that in a good mood, so it shows me you're a good person. Or like I wrote this when I was feeling like a savage, so
Right.
you're kind of a savage for liking this song.
I love that. You never know who you relate to. So, well, this is wonderful. This is going to segue now into our Broadway trivia time, which is so exciting. And once again, I have to say, actually, I forgot to say this at the top of the show. Let's play some Broadway music. But I actually do have a theme song, which will be done hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I can say this, that I'm not going to say who's singing it because that's going to be a surprise. But the lyrics are by Jay Brancato and composed by Jeffrey Schmelkin. You'll know Jeffrey Schmelkin because I had him here on my show, and he's a dear friend, somebody that I've worked with. So let's get into some Broadway trivia. Alrighty, so how this is going to work. First off, I want to thank again, let's give a round of applause to The Play That Goes Wrong for being our sponsor tonight. Round of applause for The Play That Goes Wrong. Woo! Yeah. So how this is going to work, I have 4 prizes up here, 2 of which are for 2 pairs of tickets to The Play That Goes Wrong. And I'm going to ask 4 trivia questions. Whoever gets them right will get the prizes. We're going to first do the first pair of tickets to The Play That Goes Wrong. And once again, the play that goes wrong. This is written up just from them. Alrighty. So the time is right to see The Play That Goes Wrong, Broadway's funniest smash hit. This Olivier Award-winning comedy is hilarious and is a hybrid of Monty Python and Sherlock Holmes. Welcome to the opening night of The Murder at Haversham Manor, where things are quickly going from bad to utterly disastrous. With the unconscious leading lady and a corpse that can't play dead, and actors who trip over everything, including their lines. It is a rigorous explosion of comedy and tons of fun for all ages. Ben Brantley of the New York Times has called The Play That Goes Wrong gut-busting hit, and Cindy Adams of the New York Post has just one word for you: go. Get tickets now, and it would be wrong to wait. So welcome everyone. For those just coming in, this is Broadway Trivia. We've got some great prizes for you. Alrighty. So first question, this is for the 2 pairs of tickets to The Play That Goes Wrong. The off-Broadway musical was on the off-Broadway play. It was on Broadway for a few years. And now it's having a great run off-Broadway. Alrighty, so what theater was The Play That Goes Wrong on Broadway? What theater did The Play That Goes Wrong play on Broadway?
Eugene.
Was it, okay, but I'm going to say also raise your hand, so that way we make sure everyone gets a fair chance. I will give you multiple choice. I'm learning that multiple choice is becoming popular and helpful. So was it A, the Ambassador Theater, B, the Lyceum Theater, C, Schubert Theater, or D, the Majestic?
I say B.
Which one?
B.
The Lyceum Theater, yes! Congratulations!
Let's go.
Amazing!
I knew
There
it.
you go. So this is a voucher for 2 free tickets. Go on and fill it out. It's got all the information here, the email that you have to email for the tickets, and my email's on there too in case you have any issues. But congrats, Jeremy. You're welcome. You're welcome. So enjoy 2 tickets. All the information's on there. Make sure you read the piece of paper. But you choose the dates that you want to go. And I know you're happy, Casey. I know you guys go together now. So it's very exciting. Very exciting. All righty. So this is for this next prize from Broadway Makers Alliance. We have these Hadestown Wait For Me coloring Broadway stickers, as well as Music Man. You've got trouble right here in River City. Alrighty. So for the second question, what is the name of the what is the name of the highly anticipated new revival opening at the Circle in the Square Theater this spring, starring Darren Criss, Lawrence Fishburne, and Sam Rockwell? It's the revival of a new play, or it's just a revival of a play, and it's coming to Circle in the Square. It's not been on Broadway for a bit. Sam Rockwell, Lawrence Fishburne, and Darren Criss. Anyone? It is American Buffalo. American Buffalo is coming. I'm very exciting for that. Can't wait. It's got some big names in it, so amazing. Alrighty, so this will be a good one. Who starred as the original Annie on Broadway? Okay, on Broadway. Was it A, Sarah Jessica Parker? Was it B, Phoebe Newirth? C, Andrea McArdle? Or D, Leslie Kritzer?
C.
Anyone want to take a guess? Who said me? Yeah. B? Yeah. Andrea McArdle? Yes, Andrea McArdle! Yes, congratulations! Here's a voucher for 2 free tickets to The Play That Goes Wrong. This is the new off-Broadway play. Here you go. I'll give you a pen. But all the information is on here for you to fill out, and their email's on there as well. What's your name? Sheila, thank you so much. Congrats. Congratulations to you too. Yes, so go on and fill that out, and there's an email on there. My email's on there if you have any issues, but we've got 2 people going home with 2 pairs of tickets for The Play That Goes Wrong. Really exciting. Congrats, Sheila. Alrighty, we got one more. Alrighty, so this is going to be great. What was the first Broadway musical with an all-female creative team? The first Broadway musical with an all-female creative team. I'll give you this. It's a very popular musical. Just recently closed after coming back for a limited run. There's a song in there that like every single musical theater girl sings. That's really become overplayed. No offense to people who sing this at karaoke, but this is a musical that, well, because I don't want to give it away. This is the musical that just reopened for a limited time, closed in January. All female creative staff, creative team. What's the musical? Yes, Waitress. Congratulations. Yes, come here. All right, well, and you get, and since everybody got the first one, you get double. So here you go. It's from the Broadway Makers Marketplace, which is awesome. So we have the Wait For Me stickers from Coloring Broadway, exclusive for them. And we have 3 Music Man stickers. They all say little fun Music Man things. You're welcome. And this is for the Broadway Makers Alliance. Broadway Makers Marketplace. You're welcome, my love. And the Broadway Makers Marketplace, for those who are curious about it, if you go to Columbus Circle Underground, you go all the way to the end. They're at the end there. They're a big place that has tons of handmade Broadway items, really incredible. And if you're looking for candles, coloring pages, any and all things Broadway is Broadway Makers Marketplace. And they've been so great with giving us prizes. So 2 of those are from that. All right, let's give everyone a round of applause for trivia tonight. Great job. Great job. Thank you. And congrats to everyone. We've got people going home with tickets to shows and coloring Broadway. Congratulations. We got a happy Casey. I know Casey was happy to go finally. She's been wanting to go. So be thrilling. Very exciting.
Thrilled for Casey.
Yeah. Oh, no, she told me last week. She's like, I want to. She said how much you loved. Yeah. That was wrong, and you hoped that you won. Yeah. And you had your friend.
I got my friend to win. So smart.
Yeah. So congratulations. Very exciting. Yes. And Sheila, congratulations. So exciting. Okay. So who are some of the music legends that have inspired you throughout your time?
Sam Cooke, definitely.
Sam Cooke?
1,000,000%.
What about him you found inspiring?
His voice and the way he was able to like kind of switch characters whenever he performs. Not characters, but I guess his vocalization. He did a performance at the Harlem Square, and it was just like, oof, that was one of the ones where it was just like, that's something I need to practice doing a lot. So he was him, Michael Jackson, of course.
Of course.
Dancer, singer, like who doesn't want to be like that?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Welcome to those who are just coming in. I'm Rye Myers, your Broadway and Entertainment BFF. This is Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway, the only free Broadway talk show here in Hell's Kitchen. And tonight is Audience Appreciation Night. My special guest is the incredible Alexander Aurelius. He's been a #1 fan of the show since the beginning, and tonight I have him as a guest. So welcome to those who have come. And what about Sam Cooke and some of these artists have inspired you? Is it the way they write? Is it their music? What is it about them?
All the above.
The above?
They were hard workers too. Like they didn't just get handed these gifts, or they got the gifts, but they didn't just let them fly away from them. And they always kept persisting and always trying to outdo their last work. Like,
important.
Like have you know a change is going to come?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
that was one of his last works. Wasn't alive to see that
Wow.
get published and see the damage that it did in like a good way. But
Yeah.
they were just always outdoing themselves and trying to find that next big one and not staying too wrapped up in the last one they did.
What advice do you think you would give to those who are writers? There's a lot of singer-songwriters out there that when they are writing, what would be the biggest piece of advice that you could give to them?
I don't think I'm anywhere near like cool enough to give out advice yet.
Oh, no, don't say that. Listen, you're on Spotify, you're on Apple Music, you've written, published, produced your own music. You are more than qualified to do that.
Thank you for that.
And because we have people here that watch, that come in, that maybe necessarily haven't even done that yet,
True.
even if they are performers or not. So you are qualified to say that. Don't say that.
I would say just write through it then. Like
Mhm.
if you're having a problem, then just write through it. And first off, you'll get to see like your own self-pity that you're in, and also people might relate to that. And I guess you're always one song away from a hit. I guess that would be, so don't be afraid to post, the one that you might not like or the one that you think other people might not like, because you never know.
You're right. You do never know. And are you currently working on new music at the moment?
Yes, I have a song coming out soon called Deja Vu. It should be out in a few days, I'd say.
Amazing. And how long is the process usually for you when you write to get it to be where it's released for the public? Does that, does it vary, or does it take a few days, a few months to actually get it recorded and put out there?
I would probably say about a week, a few days, just because you have to write it, find it, pay for the beat, get the license right, go to the studio, record. That could always take a couple more times depending on your engineer, what they've got going on, how you're sounding that day. If you have a little bit of a cold, you might want to come in a different day and listen to it back and say, I don't like how I said this, so that could be a problem also.
You mentioned about a license. Is that you're talking about like your music license?
Yes, well, for the beat license, depending on what you get is, how long you can keep the beat for, how like their percent of what they get for your song. So, you make 50 cents, they get 25.
So you mean the beat that like plays in the music?
Yes. Yeah.
That is,
You said you get your beats off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to like SoundClick and then go to those producers' pages?
SoundClick? Is that like BeatStars?
Yeah, similar.
Same thing. You have to do the same thing, buy the beat. All those beats are pretty much on YouTube and vice versa. Like
you can buy it without the producer tag or with it.
That gets a little sketchy though, because that's how you end up with a lawsuit. Like, dude, what are you doing with my beat?
Right.
Never got my paperwork done.
Yeah. So these beats. This is different than the actual music itself. Because I would think if you wrote the music yourself, what is the license for then?
Well, that's their writer's agreement. So.
Oh, interesting.
So they're technically a writer on the song. Well, you're the actual writer, but that's just the name for it. They're the producer, but it doesn't sound right on paper or look right.
Interesting. So
they just called it the writer's fee or writer's percentage. So they get 50, you get your 50.
And Jeremy, have you done some of you've done some of the writing? You were asking about that, or
no,
have you done some writing with the music, or
a little bit like verses and stuff. But when I was really actually trying to do it, I was looking through those types of pages and downloading those, or just like listening to those beats. Yeah. And there's options to buy them, and like different levels of buying them.
Yeah,
interesting.
You can buy them with the producer tag, which like the producer tag is like them in the beat, like saying their name.
Right.
Metro or something.
Yeah, like Young Metro.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
But you want those ones. Like you want.
But if it's Metro.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
like
very cool. Yeah, very cool. Very interesting. Yeah. Oh, folks who just joined us, what is your name? Who just came? What is your name? Hi, Nikki. Have you seen a Broadway show? And if so, what's one of the favorite ones you've seen? You just got here yesterday? What have you seen anything good recently in London? How did you like it? Good. I'm dying to get to a show. Well, I'm dying to get to London, but a show on the West End particularly.
Have you guys heard anything about Bad Cinderella yet?
I have heard things about Cinderella,
yeah. I've heard it's supposed to be great. Weber's the Bad Cinderella, right, Ryan? What is it?
No, it's just called Cinderella. The song is called Bad Cinderella in there, but it's called Cinderella. That's exciting. Wow. The West End does some really great, really incredible productions. And the great thing is you get most of the shows that we get here or shows that start there. Mhm.
on extras for the shows. There's a free
I found this where it's called Black Day Live, and they take one show and they book a quick 5-minute session.
I mean, you're towards the letter of
15 minutes for each show. Two lane beers.
Oh my gosh.
Hamilton,
We're gonna make you a
the Jersey,
Long Island.
Yeah.
You know, everything. It's really
Wow.
they did that this year. They didn't do it on.
Right.
Yeah, it was sort of free.
That's incredible. Wow. Well, wish that would happen here. That is really cool. What a great way to also have people
It's really
experience
encourage
that.
everybody to go to the West End.
Yes.
You know, it gives
Yes.
them a little bit of a flavour of what they can be seeing.
Exactly.
So, but we got
That's wonderful. Oh wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, well, thank you for supporting the theater and supporting London theater, especially. I mean, they're hurting just as bad as Broadway with COVID, if not worse. So thank you for your support of the theater. And Sheila, have you seen anything on Broadway or seen any shows recently?
Book of Mormon's my favorite.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen it recently, or when was the last time? How many times have you seen it?
5 probably.
I love it. I was just saying, by the way you said it, I felt like you've seen it more than once. It's so good. And have you seen any shows?
Not lately.
Not lately. Okay. Yeah, Book of Mormon is really funny. You have anything planned coming up for show-wise, or? Well, now you've got the play that goes wrong, but yeah, Book of Mormon. Has anyone seen Book of Mormon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to see that. I know, Jared, you got to go back and see it. He said you've
I
been
gotta
there.
get back to the theater, period.
Well, period, but you got to see it. It was so hysterical, and I mean, the dancing in that is something else. The tap dancing, I mean, I don't know how these guys do it. And I will say, actually, talking about the Book of Mormon, it was announced this week that it is going back out on tour. They closed the tour either shortly before COVID or right when COVID hit. The only thing is the tour is going out non-equity, so that's very interesting. I mean,
Whoa.
yeah.
Aren't they doing that with Cats also, and it pissed a lot of people off?
No, Cats is still equity, but it's down to it's their the lowest tier.
Wait,
equity.
I will say I work at a law firm right
Maybe
now.
it is now non-equity, but I thought it was.
And the people from the Cats touring company
Uh-huh.
we have been consulting with.
Wow.
Yeah,
There
they're
is a
trying to see
huge-
Cats because they're hiring college kids
They're
and not
trying.
paying.
Yeah.
No, there is a lot wrong with Cats tour, and a partner at my firm has been consulting with them about a litigation that might
Wow.
go on with not only Actors Equity.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think Actors Equity mainly, but there was some bad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cats.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a big thing about that.
yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is, I believe it's still union. I just think it's the lowest tier, but it was on the union contract for a while where it was that low tier, and then they got a part of the sales or the grosses if they sold out. But Book of Mormon going non-union. I mean, how do you all feel about that, Casey? You're an active performer.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the union, non-union? I'm glad that you non-union get the chance, but I feel like equity people should also have that as well. What's your thought?
It's nice, to give everyone a chance, but also I feel like, it's gonna piss people off who've worked really hard to get their cards,
Yeah, I agree.
and it's just gonna open up the pool so much more
Right.
and make it even that much more competitive.
And my thing is, how do you make Book of Mormon non-union? I mean, that show is so big as it is, and I mean, it's going to be interesting. Hi, folks. Welcome. This is Live with Rye Friends on Broadway, the only free Broadway talk show. Welcome. So, Book of Mormon is also one, I think, Alexander, that you need to add to your list as well. It's funny, it's raunchy, but it's very, very,
What's
very.
about the South Park creators? Right?
Yes, the South Park creators. I was going to say, for those who haven't seen Book of Mormon, it's also very raunchy. So if you are somebody that doesn't like, inappropriate humor, it's not for you. But so as we start to wrap up here, where can we follow you? Where can we keep up with you?
You can follow me at cpt.xander on Instagram. And I don't really use Snapchat or anything like that. And I don't know my Twitter, so
Okay, and that's where you post everything on Instagram?
pretty much, yeah. Even though I'm like one of those ghost accounts. Like I'll post my music and then I'll just back. See you later.
No, that's great. That's exciting. And where can will you be posting on there when you release your new music?
Yes.
That's where we can see when you drop new stuff and everything?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. And as we finish here as well, you gave advice about the music writing, but what advice would you give to those who are starting out in the business, who are brand new, they're just, they're in high school, they're getting ready to finish up? What would you say to them? If you could look back at yourself where you are now to where you were, what would you say?
it's a slow process. Like you're gonna start out, unless you're one out of 100 or
Yeah.
whatever the numbers are, but it's a very slow process to get those whack lines to having really good lines. Like you're not gonna wake up tomorrow and write. You could write a hit song, don't get me wrong, but try. But
Right.
practice makes perfect, and you'll look back on your stuff a few years and be like, oh, I can't believe that. I thought that was good at one point.
Amazing. Well, Alexander, thank you so much. Everyone,
Thank
give
you so
Alexander a
much.
round of applause. Great guest. As I said, number one
Thank
fan
you so
here
much.
tonight's fan appreciation night, audience appreciation night. Number one fan and audience member. Thank you so much for all of your
Thank you.
support here and for Bar 9. Thank you again to The Play That Goes Wrong. Let's give The Play That Goes Wrong a round of applause for sponsoring tonight's show, giving away 2 pairs of tickets. Jeremy and Sheila, congratulations, and going home with pairs of tickets. So exciting. And as always, listen, make sure you tip Casey, your server, bartender. She works very hard, so make sure you send her some love. And as I said, for those of you watching, if you love what you saw here, feel free to spread that love back. My Venmo and link to the donation is in the link there for those here. If you see the QR code on the table, feel free to leave a donation as well. Thank you to Bar 9, to Jared, and everyone here for all of your hard work and everything you do. If you're interested in massive musicals, that's Tuesday nights from 8:30 to 12, free Broadway karaoke. Right after me at 9 o'clock is Dueling Pianos, so stick around for that. And next week's guest is the incredible Daniel Quadrino. You've seen him. He's a Broadway performer. You've seen him in Newsies, Wicked. He was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory tour as Mike TV. I'm so excited. We were supposed to have him here a few weeks ago, and there were some schedule changes, so it's going to be really exciting to have him next week. And I've got great sponsors lined up. And as I said, I mentioned about Harvey Fierstein's book. You got to definitely go read it, and that's all I'm going to say. But who knows? Maybe a copy or so will appear here. Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I'm Rye Myers, your Broadway and Entertainment BFF. This is Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway, the only free Broadway talk show here in the heart of Hell's Kitchen. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, guys, just like Rye said, don't go anywhere. We're going to do the quick change over the stage. We're going to get the Dueling Piano people up there, and we're going to kick it off at 9 o'clock. We got Caitlin and Sam playing down the keys tonight, so it's going to be a hell of a show. It's like a little private ladies' night. Let's rock it.